Still in the garage. Thought I would go ahead and work on the valance, the light valance at the top. I don't have the lights yet. Gonna go ahead and order those today, but I could go ahead and cut the fascia. So I had some masonite leftovers. Actually, probably not masonite, but it's a product from Walmart that's very close to it. Had some left over from the last layout. So I've gone ahead and I've cut the valance for the top. It's 5 inches is what I've got in the other room. I'm going to use that here. Figure while I've already got the thing out, I'll go ahead and cut the one for the bottom too, the fascia for the bottom. I'm going to make it 4 inches. The one on my current layout is 3 inches. I cut a hole in it to mount the, I don't know what you call it, the thing that my NCE power cab plugs into, and it's really pretty tight there. So I want to make sure I've got enough room that's hanging down. Because remember, my board and foam are 2 inches thick, and they're not quite that thick on the other one. So I'm going to add an extra inch there to make sure I've got enough room to mount that. Cutting masonite is very messy. One tip, I googled this, is if you want it to be a nice smooth edge, you should have the finished side facing up, because you can see the masonite, if you've never worked with it before, it's got a rough edge and a nice smooth finished edge, and of course you want the finished edge out facing you. So have it up. So right now I'm going to move this one, and I'm going to make it 4 inches wide, clamp it down, and then I'll cut it. I'll show you how I mark it and everything after I get it moved. Okay, I've marked 4 inches from this edge in on both ends. If you Google how to do this, how to cut masonite, again, it says keep the finished edge up. Excuse me. Very messy, very dusty. I probably should be wearing a dust mask when I cut this. But another thing, it says you can actually clamp a board and just cut along that board, because your saw is going to, if it's just like a 1 inch thick board, your saw will easily cut the masonite. I don't have that. I used to, a long time ago when I was young, help build houses. So I've got this chalk line. So I'm going to go ahead and chalk line out a line. So I've already got it marked. Alright, that should do it. So now all I have to do is cut along that line, and I'll have the 4 inch piece that's going to go on the bottom of the layout. I've got the 4 inch piece cut out. I did wear a mask this time. These COVID masks are good for more than just protect you from COVID. Of course, you're always going to get little things like that. They'll just rub off, you know. And I'll sort of show you what the saw looks like. I don't know. It's pretty nasty stuff, so you don't really want to be breathing that, because it doesn't splinter. It's very fine stuff. It'll really clog you up. So I definitely recommend doing it outdoors or in a garage, or and definitely wear a mask wherever you do it. So I'm going to cut my other pieces out. I've got a couple other scraps here that I can cut out for the end pieces, and then I'll show you how I'm going to put it together on the lighting valance. I've hit my head on that swinging ball several times. That's so when I park my truck in here, when that ball hits the windshield, I know that I'm far enough in. My truck is almost too big for the garage. They don't make garages the size that they used to, I guess. So anyhow, I've got all my pieces cut. Something I found out, if you notice that they're different colors. So I guess the piece that my long pieces were cut from is the cheap stuff from Walmart, but this actually was masonite. It was in my scrap pile, and the darker stuff, it's pretty much finished on both sides. Both sides look pretty decent. One side may be a little rougher, but after you paint them, you're not going to know any difference. What we do now is I'm going to paint the back side of it and I'm going to take you into my current layout and show you why I'm going to do that.
This is my current layout. See, I didn't paint the back of the fascia, and I'm going to do that on the new layout. I think it might reflect a little bit more light, so I'm going to do that. Also, as you'll see here in a minute, I couldn't get the same exact lights. Actually, I'm going to end up with a lot more lights than what I've got on here now, but they are dimmable, so I'll show you that in a minute. Instead of putting all the lights at the front, I can spread them out throughout the whole, cover the whole layout a little bit better.
As you can see, I've got the fascia attached. I just used little finish nails, and remember the bottom, the second inch is foam, so you have to nail into the door, but these hollow core doors have a solid wood frame all the way around them, so finish nails be fine. I got my wife to hold one end level. I went to the other end, tacked it in, came in, tacked this in, and put 3 or 4 more along here. Ends are pretty easy. I just put them in place by myself, and this little piece of wood trim, which you can get at Lowe's, cut off and glued on there. By the way, a couple times I've said Walmart and I meant Lowe's. Walmart doesn't sell masonite or masonite material like that. So apologize for that. I've got Walmart on the brain this close to Christmas. It's like we're going to Walmart several times a week. But Lowe's is where I get all my construction materials. We don't have a Home Depot here in Georgetown, so Lowe's is about it for me. So after I got it all together and I painted it, touched it all up, made it look good. So now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to show you what the inside of it looks like. So I painted everything white on the inside. Again, the inside of the fascia. As you can tell, I've already got the lights attached. The lights are pretty much, we just bought LED strip lights off of Amazon somewhere, found it online. I don't have any endorsement for this brand, but it was like $16 and it was 32.8 feet. So I converted that to inches and then I divided that by 80 inches so I could have almost 5 runs. The only reason that's important is I know that I want my plug down here. Of course, I can run it behind the backdrop, but I need to be able to turn the thing on and off. So I wanted my plug here, so I started here, and I marked increments over here, and then I just eyeballed it. I didn't draw straight lines down through there. It's going to be pretty good. I have enough for 5 runs. It turned out pretty good. So now I'm to the point where I can take this into the layout room and put it up and show you what it looks like in place.
Here's the light valance in place. It's level. Check the level. If you remember when I talked about building this, putting the shelves up, so it would not be level from front to back, and it's not. I've got the valance sitting on top of these brackets, and I don't want the lights to be pinched by these brackets. So I've actually, right now, I've got a little piece of styrene in there. It's not completely level. I'm going to have to toy with it. And then I will put a screw in here to at least keep it from falling over in case we have an earthquake or something. The switch is down here. Again, I'll be able to put it behind the backdrop, but I need to be able to access this. These are dimmable, so I can turn them off, or I can turn them back on. That is full brightness. Not sure how many lux that is, but I think it's going to be bright enough. If not, I may do like I did on my other one and go back and add some more. That's the thing about these. They're adhesive, and you can easily add more if you want to. So I hope that shows you how easy it is to make a light valance if you're making a shelf layout. Again, in Lance Mindheim's book, he talks about it, but he says in most cases room lighting is enough. I like it because I think it looks great, and also it helps with the dust control. And I can put stuff on top. I can't make it look junky, but I could put some railroad lanterns up there or things like that to add to the feel of the train room. I've got a couple of really nice pictures of the Chillicothe Depot I might be able to put back behind there. that'd be more appropriate another layout than this one, but you know, right now they're not hanging anywhere. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. I did get the wire I needed now also, so I can put the feeder wires on and get back to work on actually the track work. And I'll be doing that over the next few days and post another video up, hopefully before Christmas. So hopefully this won't be the last time I talk to you before Christmas, but if it is, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and everybody stay safe.